What up, gamers? Fence here, and welcome back to Wuthering Waves. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and continue this. Let's get the spear. Nice. Oh, okay. That's how you open that door. I see. So now we're gonna drain by opening up that door. Is that guy alive? That one there? That would be crazy.
The water is drained. Time to head to the bell tower.
Okay, let me get this one here.
That monster is hiding in the depths of the aqueducts.
I never realized the waypoints are even different looking, I think. That's cool. Alright, here we go. Yeah, such a cool setting, man. They even like destroyed the whole city for like a linear story like this. Oh. I just saw us for a second there. I don't know what that was about. Okay, okay. I'm guessing the game is loading here. Some of the rendering is like slowly popping in. Ooh.
Just this gate standing between me and the heart of the aqueducts. It won't open. I'll have to find another route.
Okay.
The copper mirror is calling.
What is this?
The warrior used it to see the past. I
Oh.
wonder if there's anything of that here.
Okay. We gotta do that. What? Cristoforo? From the past.
I've already pulled that body from the sea.
Yeah, that is Julia. Like during that whole cutscene, she said that she died, right? Was that her punishment? I thought she just got kicked out from that whole Great Aegon thing. Or was that like a thing like in the first world, maybe? Like the previous story.
Excellent, Domina Julia. Keeping one's word is the foundation of any solid partnership. I know, Septimonte's current effort doesn't quite heed the Senate's wishes, but we'll see to that. A cup of poisoned wine, a passing fly, a dagger. Fate strikes where least expected.
So what just happened? Oh, that's a summary. I meant to go to the. Where's the review? It's why. I've already pulled that body from the sea. Like I'm guessing they, assassinated someone.
With someone as clever and calculated as you at the helm, the House of Silver need not fear for its survival.
I do not work with you for our sake. I do this for Septimont. Some of us have forgotten the terror of life adrift at sea. To survive the tide, one must make the right choices. We'll speak of other matters later. But tell me, why would you want a dead woman who fell into the sea?
Dead woman? Ah, you mean Mia?
Okay.
Indeed.
That's
she
what they
is
retrieved.
The very heart of the unit I spoke of. The one we intend to build deep within these underground aqueducts. Alive or dead, her body holds the information we need. The Fraxidus's experiments here will continue for some time.
It's just like back in the Mount Firmaments, right? They're also experimenting on Jue.
In the meantime, covering up this little laboratory's existence will require your assistance, madam.
Is this the same place where Cardothea was at the beginning, where she was like trying to go after like Lupa?
The heart? That weakling's resonance abilities were meager at best. Her performance in the arena was nothing special. If it weren't for those incompetent fools in the Senate using her as a puppet to shift the attention and anger of the masses, she wouldn't even have made it to the finals.
Do not be upset, my dear Domina. You're absolutely right. The girl is so feeble she can't resist her creator's will in the slightest. Winning the Grand Aegon was precisely what brought the shadow of death upon her. Luck and misfortune, nobility and lowliness, weakness and strength. A person's nature is like two sides of a coin.
Isn't that what he said back in the the trailer?
And I've always found beauty in inevitable tragedies.
I just realized, yeah, speaking of trailers, are we about to get are we about to get Scar back? Are we gonna see how he breaks out? Scar was in the trailer.
Has been dead all this time. She didn't leave Septimont when she vanished. The sea took her.
Yeah, I'm guessing like the dark tide kind of made her, I guess, die at sea after winning the Great Aegon during her time. I think that's what I'm understanding. And now the Fraxidus got her back. It feels weird sometimes just seeing Lupa without her cape. But it's being used as like on the spear, right? No? I guess not. I thought it was like the flag on the spear. I guess not. Yeah, I guess when I first saw her, I didn't really think much about her. I thought she looked pretty cool. For me, it was like the cape that sold me on her.
I hear cowering prey.
Just because it looks like it makes her look like a hero to me. I do like her fun-spirited dialogue during combat. She's just having fun, man. I never noticed the cape before. I guess because she takes it off during combat. Well, she has it back now, but I'm guessing like whatever mode that she's in, she loses her cape. Or does the cape become the fire? Well, no, now I see the flag on her thing. I don't know if the cape is the fire or like the flag on the spear. Nah, she's really fun to play, man. She's really fun. Alright. Let's go through here next.
This place has the Fraxidus written all over it. Without the Silvers keeping the place hidden, they wouldn't have dared. The irony. A Septimontian aiding the enemy to build their den in the heart of our city. Even the impregnable Griffon's fortress crumbles from within.
Oh, look at that. Alright. Hey, Frolova's here now. I like her voice a lot. So calming and soothing.
I trust you've seen the experimental unit in the aqueducts. Well, what do you think?
If not for the sword embedded in her chest, I could mistake the corpse for being alive.
I just saw her tassel mark just now. It's on the arm, right?
Indeed. Decades have passed, yet Mia remains as she was when first pulled from the sea. Her data has been invaluable. As the Threnodian's failed resonator, this specimen is in its own way remarkable. You know,
Yeah, there it is. I see the tassel mark now.
I'm
not sure if I said that before. Oh, they even know about us too.
I discovered that a small piece of the Threnodian's essence within Mia was reawakened with the tower's resurgence into our world.
Oh wow, so it's it's because of us. Because of me, Cardathea, that he was able to sense Mia.
Sounds as though you found new inspiration.
Yes. Septimont will host the Great Aegon soon. I've come up with a rather intriguing idea. Before her death, Mia also attended the tournament. I'll use that as the fictitious anchor to craft a play to rewrite reality itself.
I think this is pretty much where it happens, like, before, like, the whole anomaly thing going on in Septimont. This is where the stories come in. The Sonora Spear stuff.
I've already discussed terms with it and reached a modest agreement.
You spoke with the Threnodian. Has Leviathan already awakened?
Only a fragment of it remains. A weakened, cunning shard, desperate to grow stronger. I'll fashion a story for this sea creature, enabling it to fulfill what it once sought, to have the dark tide swallow Septimont whole. The Threnodian once sought to use Mia to find Septimont's central hub in order to corrupt the beacon system. Even if met with failure, it would control the champion's mind to infiltrate the city's upper echelons. Oh well, it all failed in the end. In the face of her futility to resist corruption, that girl chose death. She drove a sword into her heart and leapt into the sea before choking on her own blood.
Wow.
Fascinating, isn't it? Faced with the same predicament, strength and weakness still make a difference. The Blessed Maiden single-handedly thwarted the Threnodian's designs in Raguna, but this poor soul had no choice but to take her own life. A death so theatrical, so saturated with sorrow. How poetic. How beautifully tragic.
I don't care for your taste, Cristoforo.
Yeah, he really likes the story of Mia's death.
I'm merely curious. What ending have you penned for Septimont this time?
Oh, such an impatient reader, Frolova. This play is nothing more than an amplifier, designed to nurture the Threnodian's lingering power. Once it grows large enough, I'll overlay the Sonoro onto reality. All that's needed is for Domina Julia to select the right champion.
Lupa.
Swapping out the protagonist is hardly a challenge. Once the sea creature grows within the cradle I forged from the dark tide, the hymn of journeying paradise will spread from Septimont across Renacita. Really, compared to those Septimontians who've long forgotten Mia, the story I've written for her is far more thrilling. Don't you agree?
And what if it fails?
Then so be it. You know, Frolova, stories are but mankind's attempt to imagine and rehearse fate. If this play proves Rover worthy of becoming the protagonist of my story, if they pass their trial by fire, then isn't that a victory as well?
So they also want me to win too? Like if I guess, become the protagonist.
Disgusting. To treat Septimont like a plaything. Unforgivable. What is so poetic or romantic about a story where someone is driven to death?
He just likes the idea of it. I'm sure he doesn't care about the, Mia's feelings. He just likes the story behind it. Okay, I thought those were people. Those were echoes. Yeah, all this is very interesting, man. I love how now they're revealing things and also making Cristoforo more present in the story, like taking command of being the antagonist.
With me to victory! With me! Glory is upon us!
There we go. Oh, we got more.
Now,
Shoot, I thought we were done.
the fight is on! Into the spotlight! Ooh,
There we go.
How's the second half? With me! Huh?
There we go. Yeah, I love it whenever she laughs, man. Just having a fun time fighting. Yeah, she's just having fun. Alright, one more. Oh, what are we destroying now? There it is. Guess I'll just hold the button. There we go. That will open up. Yeah, it's all making sense now. I love the reveal, the explanation of all this. Is that all Tidal Blight? It's getting pretty massive here. Oh, cutscene time. Or not. Still like the dialogue, like version.
Still lingering, Mia. A fading reverberation that should have dissolved in the deep long ago.
Where are you going?
To claim the title. Was that not your unfulfilled wish?
That was never mine. The arena. I don't need this victory.
But I do. Without a champion and the lion beast, I cannot touch the central hub left by Imperator. You, Cartathea, both my daughters, my very creations. Why this fruitless resistance? Has Septimont ever granted you kindness? They neither love you nor need you. Long have you been forgotten?
We were raised by them. You will never understand.
She about to fight back?
Proud in battle, and yet yearning for strength. I know the heart of the Septimontians far better than you. Mia, you are simply too afraid to face their true nature. You choose to deceive yourself. You cannot admit that they used you, and then cast you aside. You cannot accept that from the start you were insignificant.
No. Viburnum. My flowers.
Well. Is she crying blood?
Hush, it matters not. Your thoughts are of little consequence.
I'm guessing this is where, like, you know, her real self is, like, gone. And now the Thenodian took over. Or the Dark Tide, whatever it is. Okay, going even deeper. New scenes. I wonder if it matters just looking back on those scenes. I know they laid it out for us.
Viburnum of Septimont. I understand.
Is there a... Oh, here
It's
we
a
go, healing.
flower often
Oh, there it
given to
is.
gladiators. A symbol of victory.
Even more down. This place is pretty massive. This underground area. There we go. This is about to close, and we'll be... Are we gonna be stuck inside?
I've always carried this shame. Shame for something I didn't choose. Shame for something that's just there. Sometimes it turns into doubt. I try to live free, and I do most days. But still, I see it. I see the pain in their faces. In the ones who fall behind, the ones who leave the field beaten, the ones who pin all their hopes on me. I've always wondered if I didn't have this gift, could I have reached this point with clean hands? Should I have judged those who trampled the rules to survive? Or was I blind to my own arrogance?
Oh no, there's the flag. Okay, it's not the cape. It's
Now,
separate.
I don't think like that anymore.
Okay, so I'm guessing the cape is actually the fire that ignites. Oh snap. Here we go.
The warrior is stronger than me, no doubt, but she treats everyone the same. She didn't choose to stand alone. Instead, she chose to trust me. Cartothea spent years trapped by the weight of everyone's expectations. Never stepped foot in Septimont before, but still sailed across the seas to be here. And Mia, her resonance ability might be weak, but she never ran from a fight. She fought till her last breath. A heart isn't shaped by what it's born with or what it's been given. I've underestimated others. And I've underestimated myself too. But you, the arrogance! Thinking you understand the darkness in people's hearts, but you don't have a single drop of life in you! Beautiful as ever. The Griffon's fortress. My city, Septimont.
We got vocals here. Griffin's Fortress, a majestic name for the city of Septimont. Oh, I think we already heard that about that.
Built by the hands of the people, not the Sentinel and not the Threnodian. Where there's light, there's always shadow. But people need light. They'll chase it no matter what. And they'll learn to live with the shadow. Mia, Cartothea, they were born and raised on these islands. They are daughters of Brinacita. They belong to no gods but their own.
Alright, we're gonna fight Mia. I think there might be a cutscene where maybe she transforms into like a big, like, boss. Unless we fight her in the Mia form. I feel like there's gonna be a big boss. Or maybe it'll be like Scar, where it'll be Mia that we fight first, and then there'll be an evolution type thing. I don't know. We'll see. What is this? What is this flashbang, man? It's on light mode. I'm blind. I think it's just loading something right now. Okay. Well, hopefully it, like, the game, like, just didn't crash right now. I don't know what it's trying to load up. Something crazy. Yeah, as this goes, man, I guess I could talk about my thoughts so far. I think it's really interesting, man. Really cool the way they've, like, laid this whole thing out and explain everything. I guess my only critique from the first story of Setamont, the previous one, was that the ending didn't feel like it was wrapped up nicely. Like, there was definitely more questions than answers. And now we're getting more answers here. than like questions. Like I'm sure there'll still be questions at the end, but I just rather have more answers than questions. Make everything feel like it's all, you know, wrapped up nicely. Okay. Move forward.
Better to die than to be a puppet.
It loaded all that time just so that they can do this. This really cool cutscene. Cardothea.
If divinity takes up arms against the innocent,
You can hear
I will
Cardothea's
raise
music in the
my
background
sword
too.
against divinity.
Oh, this is the battle. I also listen to this music too, like the final battle with Fleur-de-Lis. When you get all the elements, like the 3.
Victory isn't won in an instant.
Oh, this is so cool. It's just like, you know, when Cardothea, where you played as her for a bit to free Rover. It feels like that, but more dramatic.
I believe in you, warrior.
Dude, presentation, man, is so on point. Alright, another flashbang. Oh, here we go. That wasn't too long, like last time. Oh, is this where, like, she runs around? It's like spins her staff or spear. Is that the Thenodian?
By the eternal sun, I will slay you!
Dude, what the heck? The guitar? Dude, that gave me chills. I don't know why, it made me like teared up for some reason. I feel like I'm witnessing like the final battle of the world.
Countless men and women, of babes and of the aged.
Dude, what is this music? I guess I know what I'm listening to next time. My own time. It kind of gave me that feeling of like in one of the worlds in Honkai Star Rail where they played the guitar. The one like music. This is so cool.
Your very existence is an insult to her. Look at you cowering in this little
Yeah, dude, that's what I like about Lupa, man.
You will never understand what it takes to face
I would say Lupa and
the fear of
Cardothea,
death.
they feel like real heroes. And now, like, Lupa right now is getting that chance right now to show that off. I guess even Rover too. With that whole fight with Fleur-de-Lis.
Lackluster.
But I feel like those 3 have been the best at showcasing of them being like the hero of the world. Like the world really depends on them. And they have like the confidence to, you know, take on the bad guys. What's up? We're flying around, we're flying around. Oh shoot. What is that? Dark Tide. What is this music?
That's an attack.
Combo? I'm spamming? Dude, the guitar solo. Oh my gosh. Like, this definitely is bringing me back to the Fleur-de-Lis fight, man. Like, it's that good. This whole thing. Like, it's really making my jaw drop. Like, my mouth is open right now. You know, just at the presentation and stuff. I didn't even realize that was her
Greatness has no
head
summit,
up there.
and victory is never
What the
the
heck?
final word.
That is disturbing.
Proud, pitiful, cry, love.
Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is the scene I saw back in that trailer before. That was against Mia then.
Race to the finish! To face death with the crown of glory!
Oh, snap.
Let this light burn in all its fury!
Ooh.
To me, there is no greater joy in this world.
Oh wow, we won it from our side too.
What a shame.
Oh, Cristoforo.
Seems the play I've written isn't yet
There's
seen.
Scar. But don't tell me this is the ending cutscene and like Scar's there for like 1 second. Just for this time. Oh, snap, Fleur-de-Lis is here. Oh, this was this scene?
What are you two plotting in Renacita?
Were you blocks?
Oh dear.
Yeah, this is the scene, man.
Let's leave some mystery for the next chapter, shall we?
Did they escape? Hey, Cardathia's back. Okay. Well, like, what does this mean for the city now, for Septimont? I'm kind of confused about that. I don't know which story is the real Septimont. I'm guessing the destroyed Septimont is like the Sonora Spears. And that the real Septimont is still fine. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, that was really cool, man. Jeez. Like the music, the action scenes. And then just seeing like all of us like win. You know, us three over here. Against our own battles. Wow.
It's real! Both of you are safe!
The Threnodian
Look at this scene.
frequency is gone. Well done, Lupa.
You found the righteous one and safeguarded Septimont. It's like something out of a knight's tale. No, wait, gladiator's tale?
Oh. Is it Abby?
Phew, finally, I can stick my head out. Ugh.
Oh, you're right. Abby wasn't there for the entire time, right? Is this the first time that she's seeing Abby? Lupa?
I'm fine, Abby.
I think so.
What
She's like
happened
curious
to
right
you,
now.
dear?
Making that expression.
Wait, we're already in Septimon?
Yeah, you missed everything, dude.
I was just talking to you, and then boom! It felt like something just covered me.
I'm guessing that's because of the whole anomaly.
First it messed with my frequency, then I just passed out. Wait, Carthea? And a girl I don't know?
That's so weird. Yeah, they're just meeting for the first time.
You're lively. Your echo's more boisterous than a Tadar.
What happened while I was out?
Many stories.
I think it's time we compare notes. Let's fill in this story's blanks, shall we?
Oh, here we go. Okay, I like this. Let's go and put the pieces together, I guess, now. Ooh, we're getting a rewritten story now. Reunion. Reality. Alright. I'm hoping they would explain it. Cardathea?
When I sensed the Threnodian's power here in Septimont, I immediately set out to find its source. It was quite sudden. I slipped through the smallest of cracks to enter this Sonoro. which severed my contact with the outside world. I found Lupa in the city. She had lost her role. We traveled together for a time and discovered the architects of the destruction, the Fraxidus playwright Cristoforo and the Threnodian. Sadly, the playwright did eventually erase Lupa's existence. As for me, I descended into the submerged aqueducts where I found the Threnodian. It had inhabited Mia's remains and was hiding within an experimental unit. Unfortunately, I was unable to eliminate it entirely. It evaded me, slipping into hiding. I reasoned that you would sense the anomaly and come to Septimont, so I sought to offer you my aid. I battled the playwright, and in doing so, stripped him of his ability to control the script. Afterward, he, along with the other Fraxidus overseers, fled from me. With that, the Sonoro began to collapse. It was then that we finally met. Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about these roles and stories.
Lupa and I formed a few theories during our investigation, though they may not be entirely accurate. In this scenario, where stories manifest as reality, roles define the identities of those within it. To lose your role is to lose both your name and memory.
That's why Lupa didn't know anything at all.
In truth, Mia has long since passed and does not truly exist here. It was Lupa, not Mia, who won the 3-day Aegon. I suspect the stories created by the playwright cannot stray too far from their original frameworks. The limitation of his resonance ability. This is why he erased Lupa's name, swapping her and Mia's identities. This allowed Mia to summon the Dark Tide upon Septimont.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about the Threnodian and the Central Hub.
The central hub within the Veil of Glory was established by the Sentinel, and it appears no one had ever entered it before. Activating it requires 2 key conditions. Victory, which grants the blessing bestowed by the Lioness of Glory through the Sentinel's mandate, and a trace of the Sentinel's frequency. The Threnodian set its sights on Mia for this very reason, which, in turn, brought its attention to Lupa. I struck a significant blow to the Threnodian within the story, but because I failed to prevent the corruption of the central hub earlier, it endured, drawing strength from that source.
Throughout this journey, I often saw the figures of Lupa and Mia overlap.
It seems the Threnodian was attempting to replace Lupa, hoping to use her to corrupt the hub, siphon its power, and ultimately destroy Renacita.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about the other Fraxidus leaders.
Apart from the playwright, I also encountered 2 other Fraxidus leaders. One, a woman with a bandaged eye, the other a man with scars across his face.
Yep. Are we gonna be surprised about Scar now?
Surely they must be Frolova and Scar. But how is Scar in Renacita?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
Unfortunately, I never had the chance to confront
They did,
either
he was
of
just
them
there for a
directly.
second.
I saw them only briefly.
What the heck,
before
man?
They disappeared. I'm not sure why they've
Maybe
gathered here
it's a
in
Sonora
Septimont.
Spear thing where they can like...
We must prepare for whatever plans they have.
If I had to guess, because it's a Sonora Spear type thing, that maybe he can like, you know, communicate through that. Like he's still in jail, but he can like communicate through that. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. So I want to guess because of this quest here that at some point we're gonna go back to Huanglong to question Scar. You know how like I think the next like male resonator. He looks like it would be from Huanglong, right? Even the name too. I think it's Chinese. Even like we had Buling too. I feel like we're gonna go back to Huanglong and maybe question Scar about what's up. And along the way we'll meet those resonators because maybe they might help out. Like, why were you there, Scar? Cardathea said you were there. And then he'd be like, oh hey there, Rover. I was just communicating with my friend Cristoforo through a Sonora Spear.
Is there anything else you
That's
wish to
about it.
ask? Right, the Threnodian's frequency
That's
has
what I'm
vanished
guessing.
from Septimont, but I fear this is far from over.
That's like the only explanation I can think of if like Scar is still in jail.
There is something else. Perhaps due to the dark tide in the Sonoro, I can feel my balance shifting. The Threnodian's paw is growing stronger. Now that I think of it, this could very well be part of the Fraxidus's plan.
You need to head to the Black Shores, Cardathia.
What? Wait. She about to join them?
They've been dealing with the Threnodian for years. You should go there and run some tests. They'll know how to handle what's coming.
Oh, snap. Maybe I don't need to get Lupa. I've considered getting Lupa because of this whole story here, but if she somehow joins the Black Shores, that means I can put, you know, for a canon team, like a lore-friendly team, I would assume that maybe she would be important enough to meet, like, a Shorekeeper. Then I can put Shorekeeper into my team.
The Black Shores. Is that where you're from? If it's a place you trust, then I will go.
Heck yeah. I might need to look into some research into that, I think after this video. Because if Cardathia like met Shorekeeper and stuff, or I guess anyone else from there, Camellia, Alto, anyone there, then I think I'll add them to my team here. Because so far, as you can see, it's just been Rover and Cardathia. Oh, that'll be so cool, man. I need to do some research on that.
The event that brought forth the Dark Tide. It must have been my death. After that, the details of the story blur. It repeated so many times. It's hard to remember everything. All I remember is wandering the desolate city streets in a Septimont corrupted by the Dark Tide, unable to escape. Until I met Cardathia. She saved me. But in that story, we couldn't fully resolve the source of the disaster. Then in another story, I encountered you, my fellow warrior. After we parted, I awoke in yet another story, in the Vale of Glory, where I finally saw the Threnodian's true form in the submerged aqueducts.
Yeah, that's the one that we saw.
It had taken control of Mia's corpse, and was using the Fraxidus' Sonoro to grow its power. After defeating it, the Sonoro began to collapse. I passed through those crumbling pages to find you. Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
Tell me about your death.
My death? Well, I'll start from the very beginning. My journey to win the championship. I had failed to expose the family's match fixing. After being deceived by Domina Julia and winning the title on my own, the memories became a blur. I was probably under some form of control.
So that's the real story.
The last thing I clearly remember
Without
was
us.
standing in the central hub in the Vale of Glory, pressing my spear into something that resembled a control panel. Then the dark tide began to surge. In the end, all of Septimont was swallowed by it. I'm not sure when all this started, or where the line between the reality I knew and the Sonoro world created by the Fraxidus began to blur. But in those 3 days of the story where Cardathia didn't rescue me, I would always die on the first day, helplessly watching as my home slowly crumbled to dust.
Okay, so it is a time loop. It's just, you know, once you add in new characters like Cardathia and me, that's when things get to change.
Is there anything else you want
But
to
like,
know?
you know, they stay within the
I'll hold
stories,
nothing
like
back.
how Cardathia was trapped in one story, and I was in another. Tell me about your journey with Cardathia.
Cardathia saved me. The me who had lost her role and her memories. We wandered the abandoned city of Septimont and pieced together that the Fraxidus and the Threnodian were the true architects of the chaos. Yet in the end, my role was claimed by the Threnodian, and my body disappeared before Cardathia's eyes. But before I was lost to oblivion, Cardathia gave me a sliver of her frequency. I think it was that frequency that unknowingly led to our paths crossing in the story.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
Tell me about Mia and the Threnodian.
Many years ago, Mia cast herself into the sea to escape the Threnodian's control.
Yeah, that's messed up.
But Domina Julia recovered
So
her
sad.
broken body from the depths and
I can
handed
understand.
it over to the Fraxidus.
Cristoforo.
For years, they subjected her remains to twisted experiments until the Threnodian's essence, still lingering within her, finally awakened, the Threnodian took control of Mia's corpse, turning it into a half-human, half-sea creature monstrosity. It formed an alliance with the Fraxidus. The last trace of Mia's reverberation was forced to be part of it. Tortured and ravaged.
I have another question,
Is there
which I
anything
don't
else
have
you want
anymore.
to
That's
know?
about it.
Oh, the script and the copper mirror you gave me. I'll return them to you now. It was a long story, but the ending turned out well, though thinking of Mia still upsets me. Her reverberations, trapped in that monstrous body. I can't imagine her suffering over the last 20 years.
When you defeated the Threnodian, you also set her free.
Yes, it was an honor to have that final battle with her. Thanks to you and Cartathea, I was able to rewrite the tragic ending of this story. Thank you, my fellow warrior, for believing in me.
There's one more thing. We should return to the central hub in Septimont. I found something tied to you there.
Okay.
The central hub. Good timing. There's something I need to handle in the Veil of Glory, too.
Good. Let's set off together.
Okay. Yeah, we still got more going on. I think I'll try to finish this whole thing in this one video. Yeah, I guess to give my thoughts early on here. Yeah, way shorter, the story here. Like, way shorter than I feel like usual for like a main story quest. But I'm fine with that too. I think for me, I'm more about the quality of the story. Yeah, the quality over the length. And yeah, this is like very much quality, man. Okay, so what's left over here? You think it's like a message if it's tied to me? Like a message from like my past self? Rover, I am you.
When Lupa vanished, I destroyed the experimental unit.
You know, like back at the beginning of
and
Renacita.
defeated the Lioness of Glory it controlled. Then, I came across this place. You remember how the Threnodian took on a part of the Sentinel's knowledge and permissions, yes? For the Sentinel, the information stolen was their very memories. For this reason, even the Sentinel forgot that before merging with the Threnodian, they transferred some of their knowledge to the central hub in Septimont.
The knowledge they would later forget.
Are we able to see it here?
It was a secret, one the Threnodian should never learn. The Sentinel moved it there for safekeeping. Within it, I found a special frequency. A part of it felt like yours. I believe it's what the Sentinel left for you, so I took it.
Huh?
The music. You feel a faint frequency of sharp cold wind.
Seems like
I couldn't read that in time.
The true secret they left for you is not here, but in that direction. You see, before I came to meet you, I passed by the city of Septimont. The arena I destroyed has been restored, but in the people's hearts, it's still the Righteous One and Lupa who claimed victory. The Fraxidus' power to reshape reality is deeper than we realized. I'm afraid this is just the beginning. I once believed the Threnodians sought to use the Fraxidus to regain power, but its true goal is the central hub. I believe it's due to this secret the Sentinel has hidden.
That direction, it leads to the hunting grounds. The blight cloud still lingers there.
The Blight's
When
Cloud.
the high tide comes,
In high tide.
Septimontians hunt and cull the spawning tacit discords.
Blight's Cloud, an omen of the coming dark tide. One has lingered over Septimont for years. The region it shrouds is known to Septimontians as the hunting grounds. High tide, one of the signs that heralds the coming of the dark tide. It's when countless tides of discord swarm beneath the Blight Cloud, descending upon Septimont in waves of destruction. Wow. That's scary.
The dark tide connects everything.
It does.
I cannot pinpoint where the Sentinel's message lies.
It's everywhere,
I'm
it
afraid
seems.
you must go there yourself. But the worst of the storm has passed. Let's take a moment to rest. Lupa,
Well, this is
will
like
you be our
music,
tour
man.
guide? Show us the sights and glories of Septimont? I'd love to hear more about what you mentioned earlier. The wind blowing through golden flags and the sound of wind chimes.
Of course, it would be my honor, but before we go, there's something I need to do first.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, is this Mia? Gonna, I guess, lay her sword to rest. What's that?
It's Mia's sword. I went through a lot to bring it back. The monster is gone now. Like so many Septimontian heroes whose bodies were never recovered, I wanted to return her weapon. This is where she gave her life. I can't say if she loved or
Oh, is this where she
hated
went to the
Septimont
sea?
more, but she once spoke of the bloodleaf viburnum. It's a tribute often given to gladiators by their supporters. So, I think she would have wanted to rest here. It's beautiful. Our city. The city of glory. The people here love to drink, laugh, carve statues, and hunt. It burns like fire, drenched in both victory and defeat. It holds all our disappointments and all our hopes.
Oh, that was it. Alright, there we go, man. New script. Gem. Before the script burns and fades into oblivion, Philip takes the gem from Mia's helmet. I didn't see that. When did that happen? Did I just see that right? Did I see like Rover getting an upgrade?
Let
Arrow
me be there
Rover?
for everyone as we head toward our shared future.
Oh, finally.
Leaving the past behind.
But it's only one copy. I am gonna guess that before we move on to the next nation that we'll probably fill out this whole thing with Arrow Rover. I'm guessing so. So like this is pretty much like maybe a progress bar for Renacita. But yeah, is there any more? I just want to see. Is there like a companion quest with Lupa or something? Where's the quest here? I just want to double check everything to make sure that I have done all that I can. I think that's it. After story. Companionship. Is this an epilogue? I guess so. I think I'd rather end it here though. I think that's a good point to stop. Maybe we can do a bit of that next time. That after story. Wait, there you have it. That was my playthrough of, I guess, this whole thing with the second part of this main quest. Yeah, I thought it was very cool, man. Like, it is shorter than I thought. Because I think the original, I think normally it would like maybe take me around 3 to 4 videos, I think, to do a story. I think this might have been the shortest one that has been done so far. But like I said, I'm more about the quality of the story rather than like the length of it. And you know, when it comes to story, you know, I just, for a game, I just rather have more gameplay and stuff, which we got a lot of gameplay here, man. When it went through like the past and stuff, had that final battle with Mia. But yeah, very, very awesome story. Pretty much answers everything from the previous quest line. Because like I said, there was like more like questions than answers, which I did not like that feeling. This one here at least, you know, answers everything. So yeah, if they were to include this whole thing like back in the beginning of Septimont, I feel like I would have liked it pretty much everything about the original story. But this here is fine too. Yeah, maybe this could have been added to the first story. It is kind of short. But still, like, it's a pretty good one, man. I love the music too. And just playing as Lupa too. But yeah, really cool. I see that there's a person down there. I'm guessing that's for a quest or something. So it's like, is she really at the Black Shores now? What if I go there? So yeah, I'm just thinking about my team now. I thought about getting Lupa, but at the same time, I don't really have enough Astrites for me to guarantee one. So like, I'm just wondering if, I don't know, if she's like best friends with like the shorekeeper, then I can maybe add her. But definitely, I think I'll definitely look that up on my own time. I guess whoever she talks to, you know, based on my research, I think that'll be my third member of the team. And it'll be like, if it's multiple people, I'll probably choose the best one that I think will be like the best for the lore part of the team, the lore friendly team. Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. I wasn't able to do a lot of Cardathea stuff here, unfortunately. Just mainly played as Lupa. So maybe I can showcase her powers like in another time. I'm not sure when that will be the case. You know, the way I've built her. Anyway, guys, yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. Next time, I am not sure what's next for Wuthering Waves here. But yeah, really enjoyed the story, man. Can't wait for whatever is next. But yeah, that'll be it for now, guys. That's game.
They call me a god.